distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. On behalf of Asia University, we are truly honored to welcome everyone to this special occasion, the AeU CMI Fellowship Awards and Certificate Ceremony held to celebrate leadership, excellence, and the recognition of lifelong learning. To begin the ceremony, it is my honor to invite to the stage the founder president of Asia University, Prof. Datuk Dr. Ahmad, to deliver his address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Prof. Datuk Dr. Ahmad.
Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all. Let me start with the salutations. I think that's something that we have to do in Malaysia. You know. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Noraini Ahmad, Deputy Minister of Women, Family and Community Development. Yang berhormat Datuk Dr. Fuziah Salleh, Deputy Minister of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living. I'm sure you all know what cost of living is right now. You know, Chief Executive Officer of the Chartered Management Institute (CMI), Ms. Anne Frank. Welcome to Malaysia again, and welcome to AeU again for the second time. She was just telling just now that this is the 8th time that she's here in Malaysia. She must love Malaysia very, very much. You know. Yang saya hormati, yang saya berbahagia, Tuan Datuk Seri Utama Tengku Tunkunan, who's actually the owner of this place, you know, and we thank him for giving us a nice discount for us to use this one. You know. The Vice Chancellor of Asia University, Prof. Raihan, Prof. Nurrahyan Abdul Hamid. You know, I have also here the Chairman of Speed Advisory Council, Dr. Tan Yu Chong. You know, thank you for being here. Of course, we also have among ourselves, I think about a week ago, we appointed the AeU APEL.Q ambassadors. Thank you very much for being here as well as the AeU DBA alumni, which is all of you in this room. All of you are great members of our community. So it gives me immense pleasure and pride and joy to welcome all of you today, this afternoon here. Especially, I would like to thank, Dato Seri Dr. Noraini and Dato Yang Berhormat Dr. Fuziah Salleh. I know you all are very busy people, but you managed to take the time to be with us. Thank you so much. And Anne as well, flying all the way down from UK to be with us. In the AeU calendar, this is a milestone for us. You know, it's something new that we are doing. And in our journey of the last 18 years, we are seeing that, the momentum is increasing as we move along. And today, we celebrate this milestone. Actually, we're celebrating your milestone, your leadership, your perseverance, and your legacy. We were just there facilitating it along the way. That's what we were doing. So we honor not only your professional achievements, but also the remarkable journeys that each and every one of you have taken and brought to you where you are today, in which we are going to celebrate your conferment of your fellowship this afternoon. On behalf of AeU, let me first extend our warmest congratulations to each of you on being conferred the Fellows of the Chartered Management Institute, CMI of UK. I'm sure Ms. Anne will have a lot more to say about what they call CMI and what it represents. This fellowship represents one of the highest professional recognitions in management leadership, and therefore each and every one of you have shown that leadership. And you are at the pinnacle of that, position. This moment is also a testament for the vision of APEL.Q. When we talk about APEL.Q, I must acknowledge the good work and the pioneering work of Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Noraini. It was when she was the Minister of Higher Education, my boss at that time, who started the initiative of APEL.Q. And we must thank her, so let us thank her for that. I will have later something else to say about it, Dr. Sri. So today, I just want to share with you a simple story. I was going through a lot of records and I said that, I came across the story of, in Africa, an old man who was spending most of his time, his retired time, planting saplings along the road. And when people saw him doing this thing day in and day out kind of thing, they used to tell him, why are you doing this? You're already an old man. You're never going to see this tree grow and mature and enjoy the fruits of your effort. So his reply was that, I'm doing it because all my life I walked under other people's planted trees. They were giving me the shade, by those who came before me. So I'm doing the same for those who are going to come after me. That's what planting trees is. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, you are planting trees. You have planted trees along your journey as well. And I'm sure that a lot of you, because you've reached this level of leadership, there are many who have actually benefited from the shades and the fruits of what you have planted. So give yourselves a round of applause. So you are actually in a distinguished circle of leaders who not only excel, but inspire others. I think that's what it's all about, inspiration. And I would also like to say here that let us also remember, I'm an old man now. I think probably Dato Sri Utama is only older than me, but I'm quite old, maybe Dato Syed as well. We belong to the small, old, elder club here, kind of thing. For us who have reached the 70s and 80s series, or 7 or 8 series kind of thing, mortality is very, very conscious of mortality, because our time on earth is coming to an end. And when we think about it, we think of our legacy. What are we leaving behind? Of course, our families are something very important, but all your wealth, your material wealth, you're going to leave it behind. You're not going to take a single cent of it with you. But what you're going to leave behind is a legacy of who you have trained, who you have inspired, on the kind of leadership and management, lessons that you gave to others. That's what you're going to leave behind. And that's the good that you're going to pass on to the next generation. So I hope we are all in that phase of conscious of our legacy and what we are doing in terms of our legacy as we move along. So you're planting those trees, you're giving those shades, and you're giving those fruits for those who are going to come after you, inshallah. So I would like to announce here a surprise announcement. I never discussed this with my staff as well. As I was coming here, I was thinking that, within these 4 walls today, there's about 43 of you. 43 fellows today, this afternoon. You're going to receive their certificates. If you take an average of 30 years work life, we have something like 1,200 years of experience, of expertise, of wisdom in this room. How amazing is that? More than 1 million, years of experience, expertise, and wisdom in this room. And you're all part of the AeU family. So today I would like to announce, in order for us to leverage on that wisdom, on the expertise, on the experience, I hope you will all agree to become adjunct professors of Asia University. Because for me, that's the only way that you'll be planting those trees, and providing those shades for the other learners who are going to come along this journey. Yeah. So I do hope that the majority of you will agree to be our adjunct professors, to pass on that experience, that expertise, that wisdom that you have. So I think I'll end there because I know everybody's getting tired. It's been a long day. I miss talking in front of audience because professors, they like to talk. They talk kind of thing. But I think I'll end there. So with that, I would like to say wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Let me now invite Miss Anne Frank to the podium. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Founder President Dr. Ansari. Unfortunately, I cannot give my welcome in the language that he did, but I want to say how delighted I am to be here and what a wonderful surprise initiative that is, and congratulations to all of you. But of course, I'm especially proud that you are also planting trees by being fellows of the CMI. And I would like to share with you just a little bit about the CMI, which is 78 years old. So also in the cadre of older and wiser organizations and individuals that grace this room. We are the only chartered body for management and leadership, and we do set global standards for best practices in management and leadership. And this is absolutely core to our mission. We have over 230,000 members in our community, many of whom are learners. And we work with a network of about 1,000 partners, such as AeU University, employers, training providers, because we believe very strongly that the best results, the best outcomes come from partnership. And we were just discussing that when we were waiting to begin the ceremony, and that is a partnership between CMI and our prestigious and esteemed university partners such as AeU. It can also be a partnership between, for example, men and women. It can be a partnership between the wisdom that is in this room and the younger generation of managers coming up, and we'll touch on that some more. Now, CMI's mission, as anchored in its Royal Charter, is, of course, to create better led and managed organizations through building better, more professional managers and leaders. But what we like to say in the vernacular is what we do is we take accidental managers and we turn them into conscious, capable, inclusive leaders. Now, what do I mean by accidental manager? It's a startling statistic, perhaps, that 80% of people promoted into managerial positions are promoted because of their functional expertise. They're outstanding professors, they're outstanding finance people, or IT people, or marketers, or politicians. And yet, one day, somebody taps them on the shoulder and says, "Congratulations, you are now running the department. You're in charge of the people, the money, and the resources. Good luck with that." And they leave them to it, and they do not give them any training in how to manage and lead themselves, their teams, others, and resources. And at CMI, we want to put paid to that, and everybody in this room, by doing what you're doing, is an exemplar in that regard. But I would be remiss if I didn't spend just a minute sharing with you the very prestigious history and world of the chartered professional body, of which CMI is but one. Chartered professional bodies are a truly unique, a USP, as we say. We are chartered by virtue of the monarch and the Privy Council, and we take that responsibility very seriously. In our case, it was the late Queen Elizabeth that gave us our royal charter. As a royal chartered body, we must meet, and so must all of our members, rigorous standards of public trust and benefit, of ethics, of education and governance. And we are held to account to deliver that. And we in turn hold all of our members to account. So it is not something that we take lightly. And this chartered professional status as a member and a fellow of CMI means that you exemplify that. And you do so continuously, because all of our standards are practical. They are developed in conjunction with employers and also globally. And we must keep them up to date to reflect the latest trends, whether that is inclusivity, whether that is sustainability, whether that is, of course, today's buzzword, AI. And we are constantly revising our standards to make sure that we include those latest trends. But we are also very proud of our impact. And when we assess, as we do rigorously and independently, the impact of our chartered professionals, we know that they make a huge difference to their organizations. So, for example, on average, they are giving back £59,000 a year in value to their organizations through innovation, through cost savings, through revenue growth, and through other initiatives. That is a very impressive statistic. But what drives them to do that, and it's the same that will drive all of you. It's because as fellows of the CMI, you gain self-awareness and self-confidence. And self-awareness and self-confidence are at the center of excellence in management and leadership. Because if you are not aware of the impact of your behavior on others, you cannot be a truly accomplished manager and leader. And if you are not confident in your ability to take decisions, even if they may be wrong, and then you say, oh, I made a mistake, I will fix it. You do not have all the answers, but you take those decisions. You need to have that self-confidence. And we know that 70% of employers would prefer to have chartered professional members in their ranks, simply because they are much more self-confident and they produce better results for themselves, for their teams, and for their organizations. It was mentioned that it is my eighth visit to Malaysia, a country I hold very dear. And for CMI, it is our most cherished and important international market, and our most innovative, as exemplified by initiatives we're celebrating here today. We are very proud that we have a learner community of over 5,000 in Malaysia and a member community of over 6,000, and actually now it's 6,043, if I've gotten that right. And we welcome you all as very active members of the community, and we want you to be active members of the community. So in addition to your duties as adjunct professors, we hope that you will participate in our thought leadership events. We hope that you will provide your wisdom and content for younger people to benefit from our other learners in Malaysia, that learner community. You will be such a valuable resource with the many, many hundreds of years of experience, if we add them all up, in this room. And we're also very proud that the British government recognizes our Malaysian partnerships, and we're frequently cited as examples of best practice in the British government's own compilation. And just as there was an earlier surprise announcement, I have one of my own. I have been asked by the British government to submit another example of best practice. And I would like to propose that this program is the example that we submit to the British government as our latest example of best practices. So CMI is a trusted partner, and I want to assure you that we take our responsibilities as bound by our Royal Charter very seriously. We are regulated in the United Kingdom by Ofqual. This is fully recognized by the Ministry of Higher Education, as well as the Malaysian Qualifications Agency, and we have a very active Malaysian regional board, and I hope to see many of you on that board, speaking at events, sharing your wisdom. The board is very ably chaired by Dato Seri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa, whom I believe one of our honored recipients was his former boss when she was the Minister for Higher Education, which is something that he himself said today. He was so honored that she is here tonight joining the Institute. We have other inspirational members, in addition to yourselves, such as Datuk Seri Wang Chanwai, the chairman of Bernama. And again, we would welcome the opportunity to bring you together with our circle of distinguished leaders and have you pass your wisdom, not just to those 6,000 Malaysian learners at over 40 institutions here in Malaysia, but throughout the world. So in short, and in conclusion, I congratulate all of you. I welcome you to the CMI Fellow community, which is a pinnacle achievement. As was said earlier, it's a very high standard of membership. You have 10 years of experience at least. You have achieved amazing outcomes and impacts, and you, I know, will continue to plant trees, not just for yourselves and your teams, but for the generations beyond. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ms. Frank, for your meaningful words. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to an important milestone, the signing and launching ceremony marking the official collaboration between AeU University and the Chartered Management Institute CMI. We would like to invite the rest of distinguished guests to join the stage for the photo session. Please welcome. So ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the highlight of today's ceremony, the conferment of fellowships by the Chartered Management Institute CMI. This honor recognizes the DBA scholars and alumni who have demonstrated distinguished leadership and made outstanding contributions in their respective fields. I would like to welcome the first recipient, Dato Sri Dr. Noraini binti Ahmad. Next, I would like to call upon Datuk Dr. Fuziah Salleh. Next, I would like to call upon Datuk Sri Utama Dr. Tengku Adnan bin Tengku Mansur. Next, we proceed with Mr. Abdul Latif bin Koyakuni. Profesor Dr. Ahmad Sabri bin Yusof. Senior Technologist Dr. Ahmad Sayufi bin Zainuddin. Mr. Aimi Zulhazmi bin Abdul Rashid. Associate Prof. Dr. Azmi Muhammad. Senior Technologist Chong Chai Tiang. Mr. Fidaus bin Abdullah. Datuk Dr. Hang Tuah bin Din alias Muhammad Din. Technologist Harith Faruqi bin Syari. Miss Hazima binti Samin. Prof. Datuk Sri Dr. Haji Irmohizam bin Ibrahim. Mr. Jesu, son of Emutu. Dr. Lai Zimei. Mr. Mohana Das, son of Viswanathan Nair. Mr. Muhammad Farid Shah bin Muhammad Basir. Mr. Muhammad Gunawan bin C. Abu Aziz. Datuk Dr. Muhammad Hasbi Jaafar. Mr. Muhammad Jasni bin Kamsan. Dr. Muhammad Mazhar bin Muhammad Marzuki. Mr. Muhammad Najib bin Haji Muhammad Noor. Dr. Muhammad Raziman bin Muhammad Noor. Mr. Naina Muhammad Shukri bin Omar. Datuk Prof. Dr. Nik Maheran binti Nik Muhammad. Mr. Nur Azam Samsudin. Miss Norlida binti Abdul Azmi. Dr. Ong Chiang Hock. Colonel Raja Shamri bin Raja Husin. Dr. Rose Hisam bin Safi'i. Mr. Samri bin Suhaili. Datuk Satina binti Said Saleh. Mr. Shahnul Niza bin Datuk Dr. Muhammad Yusof. Datuk Wira Haji Dr. Syahrul Azwa bin Abdul Aziz. First Admiral Dr. Syaiful Nizam bin Abdul Manan. Architect Teknologis Dr. Haji Sri Nur Syamsul Rizal bin Muhammad Jalani. Datuk Dr. Tan Yu Chong. Mr. Wong Chiu Hung. Mr. Kamarul Hisham Baginda. Mr. Chin Chi Seng. Our last recipient, Datuk Dr. Syed Hussein Syed Usman. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a special segment, one that has not been announced earlier. We will be honoring a distinguished Malaysian leader and pioneer of the APEL.Q pathway with a special award. This recognition is presented to Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Dr. Noraini binti Ahmad, AEU's inaugural and pioneer APEL.Q scholar.
So, YB Datuk Seri, is because of your wish to go through the path of lifelong learning, because she's actually a lifelong learner. For those of you who do not know, she actually already has a PhD. She's now got a DBA, and she's doing another PhD. You know, truly epitomizes what a lifelong learner is all about. And it's because of her that AEU got the APEL.Q, what they call the provision to carry out APEL.Q, as a pioneer. So we pioneered the APEL.Q process, and she was the experiment. She was the guinea pig for the entire process. She went through the entire process, she flew through it without any problem whatsoever, and after completing it, she was kind enough to also promote us in the parliament, so we were the lobby of the parliament, to promote to fellow MPs to do on the same pathway. So she's also promoter of APEL.Q. So in recognition of all of YB's what they call effort, and I think today, as Anne, you would have seen, and I think YB that Fuziah too has seen, and all of you have seen, the kind of background of people who come through lifelong learning, and the achievements that come through, and something that that Datuk Seri, it's a legacy. It's the plant that you have planted. It's a tree which has grown and is bearing fruits. Thank you so much.